Okay, so for those of you that are here, thank you for coming. Um, as I said, normally we do kind of training meetings with volunteers in September, but because we did the training for COVID in August, I thought it would be good just to check in with all the families for this meeting to see what your perception is of how things are going and what we're doing, and ask questions, and hopefully I would have some answers. So first, I thought, I know some of you don't have video on, but if I can just call on people to unmute yourselves. So, and we'll just do introductions. If you can just give your name and which class you're in and who your child is, that would be great. I'm going to introduce, I'm going to let her tell you about herself, but Amy Turner, for those of you in the Tuesday, Thursday class, she works in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class with me as, technically she's a teacher's aide, but she's a qualified teacher too. So it's really great to have her on board because we don't have the volunteer capacity in that class. So Amy, do you want to tell us about your Happy Time connection?
Yeah, I was a Happy Time mom way back when. I have 3 kids. My oldest is 17, and then I have a 13-year-old daughter, and my youngest is 11. And so it was great. It's been great to be at Happy Time. Originally, some of my very best friends were Happy Time moms. So I love to see it still going, and I love that I get to come back and work with kids because that's what I like to do.
Thank you. Marja.
Hi, I think I know all of you at this point, but I'm Marja. I'm on the board, Vice President of Special Events and PR. And my daughter Ellery is our second child to go through Happy Time, and she's in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class.
Okay. Bree.
Hi, I'm Bree English. My daughter is Shelby. She's in the Tuesday, Thursday class, and she is our second to go through Happy Time.
And Jen.
I'm Jen. My son Weston is in the Tuesday, Thursday class. This is also our second go around. My older son Will went here a few years ago. And I'm also a member on the board. I'm treasurer right now, so that's about it.
And Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. I have Jordan in the Tuesday, Thursday class, and it is our third go around for us. She's my third child. And I am also on the board, and I'm the Tuesday, Thursday class rep.
Did you say Renee?
Yes.
Oh, I'm Renee, and I'm on the board. I'm the Monday, Wednesday, Friday rep, and my daughter's Vivian. Oh. Yeah, that's me. Hello. And this is the second year we've been at Happy Time.
I'm assuming I'm next because I got unmuted. So I'm Cindy. My son Santiago is in the Tuesday, Thursday class, and this is my second child at Happy Time as well too. And my nephew has gone at Happy Time, and my boss's kids have gone at Happy Time. So we're happy to be at Happy Time.
Thanks. Angelica, are you chewing, or can you introduce yourself?
No, I'm done. Hello, Angelica Ottman. My son is Leo Ottman. He is in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. It is his third year at Happy Time, so he's a older kid that'll be going to kindergarten next year. And I'm also on the board as your secretary.
Thank you. Gabby.
Hi, yeah, sorry. I've got a lot going on here. I've got a baby screaming in the background and I'm cringing while my husband's trying to handle it. My oldest Lincoln went to Happy Time, and then I have Eli now in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. So second kid at Happy Time, and we love it.
Thank you. And Sarah, we're just doing introductions of what class you're in and who your child is.
Okay. Am I up?
Yeah, you're up.
Okay. I'm Sarah. My son is Elliot. He's in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. This is his second year. He was in the Tuesday, Thursday class last year. Do you want me to say anything else? Okay. Thanks. Sorry I'm late.
No, no worries. Oh, Becca.
Sorry, I had to shower. Garland, come here. Our parent meeting. Why don't you go in your mouth?
We're just doing introductions. If you just want to introduce yourselves, say what class you're in, and who your child is. So you're up, Garland.
Am I up? Okay. My name is Garland Mayfield. I'm Gary Mayfield's dad. We're in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. This is Gary's second year in that class. Yeah.
What about your other one?
Oh, yeah, JMO. Jameson is in the Tuesday, Thursday class. Jameson Mayfield. I'm his dad, too.
And did you get your steak yet?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Everybody say happy birthday to Garland.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, Garland.
Happy birthday, Garland.
And he came to work today at Happy Time. So that's, commitment for you. I thought I was the only one that had to work on my birthday.
Best happy birthday song I ever had.
Yeah, there you go. And I got board members. I gave him the chocolate from the board meeting. So.
Oh, good.
It was delicious too. I had it on the way home.
Okay. Megan just joined us. Megan, we're just doing introductions. If you can just unmute and say what class you're in and who your child is. And why you were late. No.
Okay, I was late because I forgot. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm not sorry. No more sorry. I forgot we were outside. Anyways, I am in the Tuesday, Thursday class, and I have Preston. And this is just going to be our third year at Happy Time. And we're excited.
All right.
Also, I'm the president of the board.
Yes, you are. I can't yell at you. All right. Well, thanks, everybody, and for giving your time tonight. It's really just a time to check in, and I'm going to kind of tell you what's going on at Happy Time, how we are dealing with all the COVID regulations, and how I feel the kids are doing. And then I want to have you take time, any input you want to give. It would be great to hear from the parents' perspective, the family's perspective of how you're feeling about how everything's going. We're in week 3. So we I think we're pretty much in a groove now where we've kind of got it down. So I did want to ask, the digital check-in is great for me and for us because it speeds the child getting into school. I just have to take their temperature, they go wash their hands. I don't have to go through that list that is on your form, and then I have a record of the form. So hopefully that is going okay on your end. Is everybody comfortable with that? And it's quick and easy. And I did want to check because we had a glitch with Jen's not showing up in her Google Calendar. Is it in all of your Google Calendars? Did it all go in?
Yeah.
No, I got anything.
You didn't get anything?
I think Becca gets everything that we get.
Oh yeah, she gave me your new email. That's why. So you will get it as soon as I bring the piece of paper home that has your email on it. I think we had your old email, so Becca does get it. Yeah, I think she got it. So that is really, really great. So I hope, I don't think it's a huge invasion on your time, hopefully, just to whip through that. And it worked today because James was absent today, and I'm wondering why. And then it occurred to me to actually look at his list, not just the fact that she'd responded to it, and she clicked on there that he had a runny nose and he was staying home. So that'll, it was great. That gave me really good information. As far as from my perspective, and I think from Amy's too, in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, the students are really just doing awesome. The ones returning that are in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class that were here last year in one or both of the classes, I thought they might be the ones that would be baffled and confused, and they really are so, we were talking about this morning, so adaptable that they all know now just to what happens when they come in, and they just do it and they're off to play. It's not quite as fast as it used to be, come through the gate and charge off down the path, but they really seem to be doing really, really well. And I hope that at home you're kind of getting that same vibe from them, that they're having a good time. The new ones, of course, have never known anything else, the Tuesday, Thursday class, but they're just as easygoing. It's a great class. It's a lot, all but Graham are siblings of previous Happy Timers. And I think, some of them were babies here, some of them were toddlers here, some of them were around last year with a sibling, and that's made it a really smooth transition. And it's a great class, a very busy class, Tuesday, Thursday class. So it's awesome. So if you guys have anything you want to add, feel free to jump in with your perspective from the family side of how you think your child is doing. Are you seeing anything at home that causes any kind of concern?
No.
I just wanted to chime in, Nita. I'm not seeing anything at home that causes concern, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I feel like everyone, including our kids, were going through a rough time during COVID, and seeing Leo go back to Happy Time, he's actually like a happier kid back at home. So I don't know what it is. It's an outlet or something, but it's really helped.
That's great. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Everybody's okay? Okay. Everybody's okay. Great. Did you guys all get the newsletter that Marcia put out? That's going out to everybody, okay? That's important, especially this year. We might be asking a little more of you in the way of fundraising help and different things that come up that we want you to be involved in. So the way the day goes, as I know if you volunteer, you know this, but when the kids come in, basically just like last year, that's the nice thing. It's not really a whole lot different. They have the choice to play inside or outside. The inside area is the area that we really have spaced out to take care of the requirement for them being not really 6 feet. 6 feet is kind of the given distance, and they're not really 6 feet apart, but just by having 2 seats at each table instead of having the 6 that we usually have around a table, and then our spaces are delineated. So if you've been, and kind of the sad thing is if you're not volunteering, you haven't been inside because you can't come in, but there's one area, the play kitchen's the same. There's an area for playing with the dollhouse. There's an area for playing with the barn and the farm animals, and the blocks, and then the trains, but they each have their own area, so that keeps the kids spread out as they're playing in the different spaces. The art table has 2 chairs instead of 6, and the same with the science table. So inside is where we're really putting that effort into just making sure that there's space enough between them that they're not right in each other's spaces or on each other's bodies. They're not sharing toys, which is really difficult for me because that's one of the things we teach is to work together, play together. But that'll all come back, I think, later in the year as things get a little bit more back to normal, hopefully, and they will start to pull back on that need to be so totally separate. Outside, again, they have plenty to do outside. Things that aren't out there are basically just, I think the big blocks are not out, and our big water table. Those were two things that were it was obvious they didn't want us using, but everything else they're really doing well. And the volunteers and Amy and I we have two kind of major tasks when we're at school. And one is managing the space and the kids and watching what they're doing. And then the constant taking toys that have been played with, putting them in a tub of soapy water, and then later in the day, after school's over, they get spread out on towels and sanitized with the Terminator. So it's a lot of managing space and a lot of managing the materials. But meanwhile, we're also watching the kids have a really good time, and they're having fun, and they really are all really good listeners. You know, outside a couple of times we've had to have them choose a different place to play because there were too many all smushed together, and they just don't question it. They just go off and they find a way to have fun with it. In the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, they are actually getting more playtime than they usually do, because usually there'd be kind of a 45-minute time frame where the three groups, you know, if we were with full enrollment, 3 groups would go around to different activity centers, and we're unable to do that. We can't gather them all together to do those activities. So we're basically doing 1 a day now in 2 different groups. So they've got the benefit of actually having a lot more playtime and a lot less directed activities. But that we will definitely somehow figure out to bump it up in the spring as we move towards trying to make sure they're mastering those skills that they need for kindergarten. For those of you that have the TK kids in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, or the kindergartners, we're pretty soon going to start having a group. That group have a time, probably on Fridays, where they will actually work on more of the advanced activities that we usually do in the spring, but of course we didn't have a spring last year, so it'll all be new stuff to them. Everything they touch is cleaned and sanitized every day, and as much as we can, 2 kids don't sit together and play with the same toys. Some exceptions are the trains. We have lots and lots of trains, so there's room in there for 2 or 3 kids to play with trains. The blocks, we had all the blocks out on Monday when we stayed in because of the air quality, and there were 3 or 4 kids, and they actually built some amazing things. And so there's certain areas and certain things where we are. There's more kids playing together, but we're watching them. We scoot them over, and again, they're actually happy to have their own space to build in and do things like that. So it kind of works out well. So snack notes. So we've had, 2.5 weeks of snacks now. And I do have to say, you're all sending an awful lot of food. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. But there's only 10 kids in each class, so we only really need 10 servings of each item. It's not an inconvenience to us if there's a lot more. We just kind of feel bad that maybe you're purchasing more than you would need to. But if you can use it at home, that's great too. We might look into some, kind of expanding our menu, but it's not going to go. It's not going to be like it was with mac and cheese and meatballs, quesadillas, those kinds of things. It all has to be really pretty simple. We were talking at the board meeting about experimenting with having on the menu peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but what you would send is a loaf of bread, some peanut butter, and some jelly. and we would make the sandwiches at school and then send home what was left. So we'll kind of see what you guys might think about that. The curriculum is different in that we're not having those directed activities, both for the Tuesday, Thursday class and the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class that we might have, but we're still doing our themes as you may have noticed with the self-portraits that the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class did. So we've been talking about families this week, and so just so that you know, I kind of wanted to, we've been singing I Love My Family, Yes I Do, which is our kind of perennial song where we explore who's in their family and we sing that we love them. And I kind of incorporated a little bit more sign language into that this year. And so we do this for love, and they know, yes, I do. And then we started doing the signs for family, which is really tricky. Excuse me, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class are really trying so hard to do the signs correctly. They're really cute. So Amy is going to actually video them on Friday, the 2 group times when we do the song, so that you guys can see it. And we'll see how the 3-year-olds, of course, their hands and their bodies are all over the place. But we're kind of working on that, adding into that, and working on families. Next week, we start our Friends and School unit, and that's when we introduce, and a lot of you are probably familiar with it, our Super Friends unit, where we talk about how we treat each other, how to deal with frustration with your friends, and we'll do, in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, we'll do their activity, The Monster Who Came to School. So we'll be talking a lot about friends, and it's a really great time next week for you to be asking, especially, both classes have kids that don't know each other. And so don't know each other yet. We've been working on names in the Tuesday, Thursday class in our name song. We've been holding up their pictures and having them say hi to that friend and then sing the name song. So it's a really good time next week to say, excuse me, that Teacher Nita said, you're talking about your friends at school. Who are your friends at school? And see like how many names they can come up with. They all know their close friend if they have one. But it's a good time to talk about who their friends at school are and what they like to play with their friends. And we'll be exploring all of that too. The board at its meeting yesterday, it was just yesterday, talked about Halloween. We will not, because of guidelines, be able to have the party that we usually have, that we invite all of the parents to and siblings, and it's so much fun. But so I will be getting in touch with you early in August. You'll get a note or something that will explain what we're going to do, but just to kind of throw it out there. The idea is that the kids get to bring their costume just like they would normally. We'll just have a regular snack, but then a treat. I'll probably put a sign out for a couple of different treats that people could bring. And then we thought we would have a parade outside of school towards the end of the day, where if you've seen our parade at the Fall Festival, we go out of the gate, we parade around across the street and back. And if we do that, Angelica noted that you guys could come and park in your cars and cheer us on from your cars in the parade. It would be a way for at least because you can't come in to do anything. So I'll send you all the details about that. One thing I did want to bring up is we're at 50% capacity, which obviously is a huge financial burden on the school. We're lucky in that we do have some savings, and we had a good starting balance at the beginning of the year. So we kind of are going through December with things just going along normally. And then in December, we'll look at the need of using some of those savings. So that's why you've seen, if you're on Facebook, you've seen our Disney ticket auction. Continue to share that with friends or family who might be interested in bidding. We're hoping the bidding will go up as time gets closer, but also now There's going to be a donate button. And Marcia, do you want to talk to that a little bit? Since I'm likely to be incorrect about it, about how it's going to work and how people can spread the word to get those donations in.
Yeah, everybody has the link already in your newsletter. Into the blurb about the Disneyland auction. So it's just literally a direct link. You can get to it from the auction page as well. You just kind of have to navigate around a little bit. And so it's easier to just have the link directly, but it's in everybody's newsletter. And I'm going to do a Facebook post just about it. And like the auction one, it will be public. So you guys will be able to share it on your personal pages, just asking people to spare whatever little bit they can to help keep us afloat. The idea is just to have whatever we can have to keep us going without our normal big fall festival fundraiser.
Yeah, and always remember that we are a nonprofit organization, so anybody that donates, it is a tax deductible donation. So, make sure people know that they can actually get some benefit from that. Okay, so I have some things for volunteers that I'm going to do kind of at the end of this time, but I just wanted to open up. Does anybody have any questions or concerns or anything they want to say, any cute stories? I really want to, see how you guys are feeling about everything. So just, you just kind of unmute yourself and go for it. Yeah, Cindy.
For the donate, is it easier if we do it on that link, or like, let's say when I pay tuition, if I want to round it up to like a number, should I do that, or should I just do it towards like the donate? So like our tuition, we're the standard tuition, right? Which is $315 or something like that. So let's say I want to give $350. Can I just write out the check for $350, or would you rather have it separate?
You could do that. They can split. Yeah.
Okay.
Marcia, yeah, do you agree? It can just go into.
I think that would be a question. That would probably be a question for Jen. I don't know if it would be confusing when the bookkeepers are cashing the check, if they're going to know that it's not a mistake.
Well, you would mark it, tuition so much, donation so much.
Okay.
On your check.
So is that maybe just a note that we would make for Michelle so she can differentiate when she does the financials?
Make a if you do that Cindy suggested, on the line on your check where you can memo, that's what it's called, the memo line, you would just put tuition, $315, donation, that amount, and then they would just split it. I don't think it should be a problem for them, because that all they're doing is entering that in to the records. The check itself is just going to go through.
Okay.
Just mark off as paid, and I can ask Michelle if that would be too much.
It all just goes to the bank, so.
Yeah, but as long as she knows what the extra is for, because we do have I don't know if it's called miscellaneous donations, or we have a line on our budget for that. And have your birthday party at halftime. No, you can't, sorry. Not yet, maybe next year. Any other questions or things that you guys want to share? Things are so quiet.
I think that really, I have something. I'm just really happy that Vivian has a place to go to be able to be with some other kids her own age 3 hours a day, 3 times a week. And she's coming home tired, excited, and I'm just grateful. So that's all. And I see the little kids playing. The other day, the first week I worked in the classroom, and I got to see them all playing outside together. They were doing Lava Monster or whatever they were doing. And it just made my heart so happy to see them all get to play together. And they were all engaged with each other. And it was just really cool for since the last, 6 months that they got to all be engaged and play and yell and scream and run around. So I'm happy. It was fun. It did the heart good. It did the heart good.
I'm very grateful to all the kiddos, the alumni also. This is the first time that Shelby has gotten to experience anything outside of her big sister. And this is all for her. And to have her come home and tell me all the things that she got to experience at Happy Time. And, you know, Avery can't wait to ask her, well, did you do this? Well, did you do this? And she's like, well, yeah, but you know, we did it different. And it's very sweet. So I just appreciate hearing the experience that Shelby's been able to gain from it outside of Avery's experience.
It's her own place now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been huge for us too. So even Jordan just told me, she's like, I love Happy Time School right now. So definitely it's been, yeah, and the same thing. It's like her own thing now, you know, that she has. And the other kids, you know, same thing. They ask her, what did she do? You know, every day they're so excited to hear about her day. And she tells them everything that she did, you know, and she's only 2.5, you know, so it's like, it's impressive. And she's just very like,
it's doing great.
Very excited about it. Yeah, and she just is. She loves it. So yeah, it's been a good thing for us. So yeah, we're happy.
I just want to say, like, obviously we're hoping for the better, you know, with time, that kind of stuff. And hopefully in the near future when things are better, it would be nice to be able to get together. I know like in the past we've done like mom's night out or that kind of thing, just because like I know I see Bree like at school, but I haven't taken the time to be like, hi, I'm Cindy, you know, my son Santiago, that kind of stuff. And I know that like when Ari was in school, I felt like I had a really strong bond with the moms. And obviously right now we're barely third weekend kind of thing. So hopefully, you know, things get better, because it would be nice to be able to have, you know, that bond, because our kids are going together or to school together.
No, it's good for the board to know too, because all we have to do is explore some options that are acceptable, you know.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you know, it feels like a Happy Time family, you know, at the end of the year, that kind of stuff. I don't feel that quite yet. I mean, I know a lot of you ladies, you know, from, you know, the alumni, that kind of stuff, but like I said, just there's some people that I don't know, you know, and so it would be nice to be able to have an option, you know, at one point or another, at least, you know, even if it's just the moms getting together to get to know each other, that kind of stuff. So
that's good. Thanks for mentioning that, because that's something we don't want to lose sight of, and with everything else that we have to do, we want to make sure we Anybody else? Megan, are you talking to us? I can't hear you. Are you mute? You're not. I can't hear you. That's weird. Can you guys hear Megan? Oh. You're happy? I don't know why you don't have sound.
maybe your AirPods are connected to it. If you have AirPods.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quiet, but I can hear you. And now you keep freezing.
You want to come in here?
Okay. I can't hear Megan. Oh, connecting to audio.
Okay, can I go?
Yeah, go Garland.
Well, Jameson's having a blast, man. He can't wait to get in the car to go to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's a riot because he's never been excited about anything in his life, and now he's excited to get in the car. Like, it's crazy. So Gary, like I said, he's in his third year, and I think he's really adapting to the kids that came up into the 4-year-old class. He's playing with everybody. I think they're all having a good time over there in the 4-year-old class. I haven't seen the 3-year-old class. Becca's been doing the volunteering in that class, but she says it's a good time too. Everyone communicates with her, so But from what I've seen, it's been fun because they, like I said, they all have their own little thing, and when you ask them to separate, they separate. I mean, it's pretty easy.
It is. That's one of the things, you know, I was really sad to lose so many people that had already enrolled. That was, you know, it made me really sad, but it's really been a blessing in a way because we can't have more than West End in that way now. So the small numbers make it a lot more easy to do the things that we have to do with them. So yeah, that does make it better. But yeah, they all seem like they're very, very happy. It's really great. And that little older group, that kind of, you know, kindergarten TK group, Amy, right? They're just doing some really advanced stuff all on their own, which is, you know, that's our philosophy is, you know, let them play and they'll learn, and they're choosing to do that. Yeah.
One day, the bigger kids, they just came to that letter board, and Cameron started it, and he couldn't settle. He didn't know what to do, and I was like, I wonder if you could write your name with the letters. And he said, I don't want to do that. And if you know Cameron, that's so him. But I turn around and I see, and he wrote, CAM on the board, and then Gary was like, hey, I can do that. I can do my name. And then Leo did his name, and it was just kind of neat. And they're kind of doing that every day now. So that's kind of cool.
And just the way that they do activities that we do, they just jump right in, you know, whereas a year ago, it would have been a struggle for them. Now they just do it. So it's all about, you know, our philosophy of giving them time to let the development take place, and then they've got it. So it's really rewarding to see. I have to say, I'm really glad that they are all here and not stuck in some distance learning.
Yeah. And just to Christina, I just wanted to say that Mia Sophia is doing so well. She's like outgoing, and she's a leader. And today, like with the girls, they really started to like gel and really play together. And she loves playing with boys too. But yeah, it's just amazing to see these older kids fit in with the younger kids and kind of act as mentors. It's really neat to see.
Yeah. Thanks, Amy. I've heard she's been doing so well, and I heard she was their little leader today. Yeah. And I think she was the one who started the hot lava game. So. They play a lot of that at home. It's been really cool to see her become a leader now this year versus the previous 2 years. She's been more the submissive one in the group. So it's been really exciting to see her grow and grow even in these times, in this kind of environment. It's still happy time to her. You know, even with the changes, it's still her place to go have fun. So I think that being comfortable there has really helped her grow a lot this year.
Yeah, to watch today reaching out and inviting Vivian to play, and then Ellery was kind of hanging out, and Ellery went and joined, and Mia Sophia just welcomed her. And I mean, for somebody that barely said a word for the first part of last year, to see her just being a leader and verbally, you know, talking and conversation, it's been, I just want to keep them all here forever. I'd like to see that. Wouldn't you love to see it, Amy? Let's just do kindergarten and first grade. So it's been awesome to see them, the ones that have grown so much. And that's what I always look forward to when the 3-year-old class moves on. Just that growth is really what it's all about. Just giving them that time to grow at their own pace. You know, we never have tried to force Mia to do anything or say anything, and not really pushed her too much, but she's just all on her own, really blossoming. Did anybody else have anything else? I wanted to go, I just have very few volunteer notes. So if you're not a volunteer, you're welcome to say goodnight. If you want to stay, you can. And then I just want to just a few things for the volunteers. If nobody has anything else they want to say. Okay. So the first thing, and I know if you're not a volunteer, you probably would join me in saying thank you so much, all of you, for being so flexible, going with the flow, just doing everything that's been asked of us to do with just really good grace and good spirit. When we do the Super Friends unit, the kids are going to be learning how to go with the flow when they're frustrated, and that's what all the volunteers have done. There's a lot more focus, I think, needed than maybe normal. So everyone's doing a great job. I want to say thank you for that. The snacks serve a person, where we have to have one person that prepares snack, serves it, and cleans it up, and the other two of us can't get involved in it at all, which is really kind of tricky. But so that's a big job. When we're doing music outside, the snack person is preparing the snack, setting the table, and then we divide into two groups. You serve it, and then you're the one that clears everything away. The kids don't clear their dishes. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to that at some point in time, because I really like having them clear their own dishes. It's something I think we'll need to do. So it is a big job, and a couple of things that I think have come up within seeing how the day goes is I feel really comfortable in saying that if you're the snack person, when you cleared the dishes away, it is okay to take the time and do the dishes at that time, just to cut out on a little bit of the end of day cleanup, which is huge. Because there's usually after snack, they're full on playing outside, or even if there's a couple inside, you can kind of keep an ear on them. So I think we'll go to that, where right after you've cleared snack, you can go ahead and do the dishes. That'll save a little bit of time at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, all the toys that have been put up in the wash tubs, as I said, come down and get sanitized. And I have been doing that because I want the volunteers to be able to leave at 12:30. I don't think, because of these regulations, it's something to ask of parent volunteers. If you've got children there who are tired and you need to get out of there. But I just made a note after 2 weeks, I'm realizing this is just really hard on me. There's about 5 or 6 tubs full of soapy water and toys that when everybody's gone, I've been lifting down from the shelf, putting it on the table, washing the toys, and then I'm bending over the tables to put them out on towels, and then wondering why my back is, completely disowning me. So I thought maybe if you guys would be willing to help after you so this is the inside person, after you sanitize the tables, when everybody's outside, you're going to clean them, sanitize them. If you would lift down those tubs for me and just set them on the table, that would be so much better, because those are the ones that are heavy, because they're full of water and they're also full of toy. So that would really be a big help to me. And the other thing, going back to snack, Amy mentioned, and it is a good point, that because we don't have snacks sitting on the table, you're probably going around and offering seconds and things like that. But let's look at what they're eating and try to get them, if they will, to finish what's on their plate. Everybody loves crackers, and it's more crackers, more crackers, more crackers, and then they're throwing away maybe the protein or the fruit. So just obviously we're not going to force them to eat what they don't like, but it would be nice if we could say, well, eat this, and then if you're still hungry, you can have more crackers. Because I think kids will eat crackers till they come out their ears. And the other stuff might not be as appealing, but we want them to have a little bit of a well-rounded snack. I know when we did snack before, and at my table, and kids would want more, I would always say, you've got to finish your firsts before you can have your seconds. And a lot of times they just will. It's just what they want more of. So just kind of try to watch what we're throwing away, I guess. That's what it is. The other thing is managing space. And we talked about that. Really be watching and do whatever you can to manage the space so that they are not on top of each other, but at the same time, not really, we don't want to be making them feel bad. So we want to make it sound like we're giving them an opportunity. So it might be like, let's scoot your blocks over here, then you've got more space. So try to think about how you can present it to them in a way that's going to make them go, oh yeah, that's much better. And then the toys on the tables, they just have to wait for a turn. And that's really hard. And I know in our, in the way that we talk to the kids, they are often have to wait for a turn. That's really a normal thing in school, but it's a little bit more stringent now in that we are not letting them share the bucket of Duplos. Certain things we can say, oh, I can get you some more, and you can have two separate things going on. But if they're waiting for a turn, just remember that empathy. It's so hard to wait, isn't it? What do you think you might like to do while you wait? And so offer not a distraction from the whole thing. You're going to be watching again and managing by making sure that when something's available, they get a chance to come in and play with it. Because we do have duplicates for most of the things that are popular, like the magnet blocks, the Duplos, and a lot of the farm animals. You can switch them out. So when it is time for them to have a turn, there should be something available. But let's try and manage it in a way that makes them feel good about having to do that rather than feeling that they didn't get a chance to play with it. It's easier for some than others. And then some will be interested when it's available, and that's okay too. You can just say, well, let me know if you change your mind or something like that. But I think it's really important that we manage the space and we manage the materials, but make it look like it's a good deal for them and not something that we're kind of taking away from them or making them feel bad about. So I kind of want to make sure that we're looking at all that. The same as if we have to move them. We moved in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, kids that were chasing and running and playing, which is a great thing, but then they would all dash into the little playhouse as the safe zone. And so then there'd be 6 kids smushed into that little enclosed space, which is not okay. So we just suggested that their safe zone be down in the rocks, the rock play area. And they just were, okay. And then that really, not only does that get them down there, it slows them down, and balancing on the rocks is really good for their development. So, but they accepted it. They didn't feel like they were being deprived of a place to gather. Another time I suggested that they go up in the upper playhouse because that's not as enclosed, it's more open. So does that all make sense in kind of like really trying to think about what we're presenting to them while we have to do all of this managing and doing things in like a different way than we have to. Any questions about your time at school, observations, complaints? I usually don't take complaints, but this year I will because it's kind of that kind of year. So. Anybody? Amy, do you have anything to add? Our experience? Anything I've missed?
No, I don't. I think you covered everything. I just think that we're, fortunate to be able to be back at school, and it's really, really great to have such a small group. I mean, not financially, obviously, but I think this group is going to be like really close knit, and they're playing in ways as a group of 10 that they didn't play, I feel like, when they were a group of 20. So that's kind of interesting to see. Yeah. And I feel like their play is almost more advanced. And I'm not sure why, but everyone's just doing really great.
Yeah. The Tuesday, Thursday class, the kids have all been really happy, and a lot of that has to do with, happy time kind of in their blood for a lot of them. and they're a younger sibling is usually more confident than the first-born child going into preschool. But having only 10 takes away that overwhelmedness for a child that might be more on the quiet and reserved side. I don't think anybody has acted really overwhelmed at any time. And at snack, there's 5 of them. And at group time, the inside group time where we do the story, there's only 5 of them. So it makes it really, it's really kind of bizarre in a way, but it's nice for them. It's really nice.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yay! Good. I kept just wanting to say thank you. All I wanted to say was thank you for working so hard and following all the tedious guidelines so we could. Because like everyone else said, that having Preston get to go somewhere for his 3 hours twice a week has helped him at home. He's a little bit nicer. There hasn't been as much growling. Like I just feel like he feels important that he has a thing. You know, where the other kids always have a thing, and he hasn't had a thing. As the third kid, I don't think you really get a thing right away, or ever. I don't know. So he's really enjoyed it, and it's been nice to see him enjoy it. Thank you.
Yeah.
You do a lot of
I think we're being really very comprehensively safe, and I think we should be fine. I mean, you know, there's no 100%. Not with anything, and not with this thing for sure, but I think we're really in a good place because I mean, I trust all of you that you know what to do on kind of like on the other side of the gate as far as taking care of your families, and I just feel really good about everything that we're doing as safety measures. They're not all great or developmentally appropriate, but it's what we have to do, and you're all parents, so you know the sacrifices that you're willing to make for your kids. I mean, we would do anything for our kids, so this is what we're doing, you know. So I'm out there every morning with my magic wand to see how they're doing. Anybody, any last words?
Pearl.
Well, thank you for coming to the meeting, and I hope you felt like it was worthwhile checking in and finding out. Hi, Shelby. Hi. Oh, hi, Avery.
Hi, Avery.
There's Pearly. I know, I'm going to have to say fit and young so I can have Pearl. I might be the old lady that just volunteers to do story time.
Sounds good.
All right, well, I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for your time and for everything that you're doing to make Happy Time. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.